Hi, this is Vicki Romaine with Cheerful Greetings, and today we're going to make a flying butterfly card. We're going to make a 6x6 card, so that means my cardstock is 12 by 6. I take the card and fold it in half, and that gives me a 6x6. Next, I found some designer paper, and I cut me 2 sheets, 5 3/4, and then I got me 2 more. So we have 4 pieces of designer paper, 2 of one design and 2 of the other design, and all of them are 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So what we're going to do first is glue our paper to our cardstock, and since there's a 1/4 of an inch difference in it, you will see that I have a border around my designer paper. So I will kind of fast forward this as we go along, so our tutorial will not be real long. I have a basic card finished, which only took a minute or 2. Next, we're going to do the mechanics of our butterflies. I've got a piece of paper, a piece of cardstock that's 4.5 by 4.5. And I'm going to mark it at 1.5 and 3. Turn it around. I'm going to mark it at 1.5 and 3. Now, on the last 2 sides, I'm going to mark it 1.5, 3, and 2 1/4. And on the opposite side, I'm going to mark it 1.5, 3, and 2 1/4. Now I'm going to connect all my lines. I'm using a pencil. Oops, this line didn't get down. Okay, and we do this one. That's the side that had 3 dots. This side over here only has 2, going the opposite direction. That's the one at 1.5. And 3. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do, excuse me, is I want to make an X in the middle of my card and go from one corner to the other in both directions. Now, on this side, I'm going to mark 3/8. I'm going to mark 3/8 over here. I'm going to turn it around. Now, I'm not marking it in the middle. I'm marking 3/8 here and 3/8 here. That's only on the 1.5 and 3 inch lines that I marked 3/8. Okay, let's take the first one now. The first one that we're going to do is we're going to take and draw a line from that 3/8 on the right, we'll say the right column, and we'll use the word column there. And we're going to go straight across. Okay, we'll turn it around, do the same thing. From the 3/8, we're going to go straight across, and we're only going to do the first column again. All right, now we have 2 more dots that we put in. We take the 3/8 on the left-hand column, put your ruler there, and go up to the corner and draw a line. And we're going to do the same thing on the left-hand column on the opposite side. Go from the 3/8 to the corner. All right. Now, if you will notice, we've got a main column here. Excuse me. It's got an X in the middle. It's got a line drawn over on the left hand. A column. And it goes from the 3/8 to the center, to the corner. On this one, on the right-hand side, we've got a line that goes from across the right-hand column. And this 3/8 here goes straight up to that corner. So it's the same thing, you're just doing opposites. Now you've got 4 squares here that have nothing in them. And so what we're going to do is cut them off. Okay, next we're going to take this little line here that's over the right column, and we're just going to cut on the line to the middle. Don't cut it off. Don't cut this way and cut it off. You want to leave it just like that. You're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Next, we're going to start at the 3/8 on our line, and we're going to cut up to the corner. We're going to do the same thing on the on the other side. And that leaves this little flap here, this little flap here, little flap there, and this one here. Next, we have to do some folding. We're going to fold this way first on the lines. And you end up with a design like this. And you take your bone folder. Now this is real heavy cardstock, so I'm pressing hard. And fold it that way. Next, we're going to go this way. And we're going to try to fold it in the middle there. And again, we're going to use the bone folder. Now we, excuse me, we got one more way. We got 6 lines, so we're going to fold it 3 different directions. I'm going to go this way. Now this part you have to kind of work with a little bit. You want to push down in the middle. And these 2 that are cut come in and fold like that. Okay, I'll open it up again so you can see it. The 2 sides that are cut, the big piece folds in, the big piece folds in, and the 2 little pieces. And this is what you end up. Again, use your bone folder and really get a good crease. Excuse me. Now you want to nip just the point. So you have a hole in the middle. Very small hole. Okay. We're going to fold it back up. We're going to get our card. And we're going to put glue on one side. Completely cover that one side. It could either be the front or the back, whichever you want to do. Now let's see. This is my back. Need just a little on the point here. Find the center of your card. You've got a 6-inch card. So you want to put it right down at the 3. And you want to put it right there in the middle of the fold. Next, you want to press it down. Close your card up and press it down. And let the glue have a chance to stick. And we're going to press it like this. And we'll let it sit like this for a minute or 2. Now my glue's pretty much adhered to my card. So what I'm going to do now is put the glue on the other side. Because it looks like it's going to work pretty well. Now this time, I'm just going to shut the card down and put a couple things on it to hold it down for a few minutes. And we'll get to the next part of our card. Okay, all of our mechanical part here is put in and glued. Now I'm going to take one side and hook it into the other in the slot. The two slots connect to each other. And you want to be careful here that you don't tear your cardstock. And you want to slide it in as far as it will go. And I'm having a little trouble. There we go. Now, if you want to, you can cut these little ends off. But I use them to attach my strips. Now, let me show you what we do next. You have to work with each strip separately. Okay, I'm going to put a little glue on this one. Okay. It goes on like that. Now, what you want to do, you have to kind of wait till it sticks. But what you want to do is see if it's going to show. And I don't think that one will. Now we're going to take one, cut it at an angle. And we're going to put it underneath our flap. And you want to make sure they're not going to stick out, because you don't, when you have the card closed, you don't want it to show. And I think this one's going to show, but I'm going to trim this a little bit because it doesn't want to fit in that corner. Now I'm going to put a little more glue on it. And I'm going to let this one just kind of sit here for a while. This part of the card, you just have to take your time on. We'll turn it around. I'm going to cut another one at an angle. And if you think you've cut it at the wrong angle, you can always flip it over. So this one will go this way. Okay, I put some of the butterflies on, and I have put my strips on. And this was the last one I actually put on. And if you notice, it goes over the card. So you definitely don't want that like that. So what we're going to do is cut this one down to about like this. Let's see what happens now. As you do this, whoops, we still got some more. So we'll cut a little more off. We want it short enough that nothing shows. Now, I got this butterfly down here. The wing shows. I didn't notice it a while ago when I put it on, so let me see if I can move it a little bit. We'll do it like this. Now, nothing shows on the outside. So let's continue on, and we'll get the rest of this. We'll get the rest of this done. Okay, I have put my butterflies on, and I'll show you in a minute what I've done. You don't see any butterfly wings hanging out of the card, at least I hope not. I have a sentiment here that I'm going to put on the front. I think I'm going to put it in this corner. Down here. All right. Well, remember, I had looked like it had a rough area on my cardstock. I don't know what it is. I didn't notice it till I'd gotten it out and had it all cut and everything. But I'm going to kind of cover it up with my butterfly, and you won't even see it. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bend my butterfly up so it'll have a little 3D to it. Okay, we'll let that sit there a minute. And you cannot see any butterfly wings. I'm going to look at it on the inside, and you'll see how butterflies are flying. And I've got them in all directions. I only have a few that are facing the back side of the card. And when you fold it up, sometimes they get hung on something inside. You have to kind of move it, help it along. But this is my card. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please come back and see me. In the meantime, have a great crafting day. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.